I'm socially awkward and make people very uncomfortable. It's time for the Jaking Off Show. Hey, it's another episode of the Jaking Off Show, the podcast that you were not waiting for or anticipating to listen to or see. And if you are listening or viewing or whichever you are hearing the sound of my voice, good for you. Thanks a lot for sticking around. There's actually quite a few of you that have been sticking around for several episodes, and these are in places that I don't know anyone. For example, I get analytics, okay? I know where the views and downloads are coming from, and I'm a little bit thrown because I don't know anyone in Washington, Virginia. I see some lurkers here because clearly some of you are listening, and I'm not getting any feedback, but that's okay. I lurk too. I do it all the time. But I would really put some ease on my brain to let me know what you all think. You know, who are you guys? Leave a comment if you're listening or watching on YouTube. Like and subscribe and all that stuff. You can reach me at my Instagram at Jake L. Bassey. If you want to throw in a DM, give me your 2 cents. What do you think? Have you been listening to the podcast consistently and noticing the small improvements that I make along the way? Norton Shores, Michigan. Where you at, man? I don't know anybody in Michigan. Some of these people are strangers, and I want to know your input because you guys are coming through with the downloads and the views and all that, and I want to get to know you guys, you lurkers. My listeners in Dallas, Texas. I don't know anybody in Dallas, Texas. I have family in Colorado, New Mexico, New York, Washington, Oklahoma, and LA. There's a couple of people in Chicago that listen. We got Santa Rosa, California, Midwest City, Oklahoma, Shorewood, Illinois, Beverly Hills, Prunedale, California. Where the hell is Prunedale, California? But, you know, these are, and most importantly, my consistent listener in Linfelden, Echterdingen, Germany. I had to take that a couple of times to say that correctly. But dude in Germany, what do you think? Make yourself known. Hit me up. I want to know your thoughts. Send me your thoughts and feelings and critiques and opinions and hate mail if you want. I haven't made fun of people enough to where I should get hate mail. But I don't know. It's something. It's any press is good press, right? But I want to know where you guys are coming from, and I want to know what you think of this mediocre, nothing, loser guy, unemployed, living off of the government as of COVID. You know, Donald Trump is my sugar daddy because I will be making pandemic money through the end of the year while I have lost my sense of purpose in life, and I am taking longer dissociation showers and longer depression naps, questioning my very existence and my purpose in the world because I don't have a job. Because having a job, even if it's like a regular, like dickhole, whatever job, it gives you a sense of purpose, some sort of production, just something interesting happens. When I was working in LA and in restaurants and all that stuff, you meet interesting people, and it's not always the best day. It's not always the worst day, but things happen, events happen, and there's, nothing happening. And so I've been trying to keep the show interesting. I am networking with comedians in the area. I will get guests sometime soon. There's a guy that I know that I'm gonna get to know who liked my set at Bricktown last time around, and I miss talking to other comics and just talking about the game. And that's my thing. That's what I bleed, and I'm gonna say that I'm obsessed with it. Now, there's a problem with the word obsessed. Is that there are people out there that say, "Oh, I'm obsessed with this TV show," or "I'm obsessed with this product that I'm sponsored for because I'm an influencer." Like, I think that's the wrong word to use uh, when you're trying to tell someone that you enjoy something. Because I don't have a shrine of George Carlin in my closet. I'm not obsessed with George Carlin, but I listen to his stuff a lot, and it's inspiring, and it helps me just get the ball rolling on rants and stuff. It's not to the same speed, or I'm obsessed with podcasts. I spend the whole day listening to comics talk over each other and try to make jokes about things happening in the world, and I'm trying to copy that and emulate that to my own platform. That means nothing because I'm just some loser guy that has no friends. Why don't you try talking to people? No, I hate people. But no, I want to like have something somewhat entertaining. I don't know what I'm doing with my own life now. I'm making money by doing nothing, and I'm getting some pocket change from the Patreon. Thank you guys for doing that, and that helps cover the bases on the monthly expenses. I can always haul it for $1. Throw in a buck, especially you lurkers in Virginia, Michigan, and Texas. Throw me a buck, man. It's the least you could do. Because if we were to meet in life, we would have dinner, we would chat, we would spend money. Like, people spend money to be social, and now that I'm not doing that nearly as much as I would want to, there's a missing element in life, and that is the basic social interaction. Now, I went out for the first time in a while. I invited a Bumble date to my last comedy show. Didn't even think she would show up because most people are flaky and horrible. But this person actually followed through. We didn't speak for we didn't text each other for a week or whatever because I'm like, oh, this is just another woman that's going to ghost me. Okay, whatever, moving on. She actually shows up to my set, and I couldn't even talk to her before my set because I was in show mode. I couldn't do anything. So I do my time, I do my set, and I find her in the audience, and she's sitting by herself, and I find her, and we start talking a little bit, and I am a nervous person. I'm not. I'm not good at talking, not just to women, but I'm not good at talking to people in general. I'm nervous unless we're tight or whatever. I can hang for an hour, but it takes every fiber in my body to maintain eye contact and to listen and ask questions and be like, "Oh, that's interesting. We have something in common. Let me respond to something that resonates." It's getting really technical in my brain, and I think it might be the autism. It's the autism, but I'm trying, and I felt bad about this date. We didn't even say date. I'm just meeting this person for the first time to get to know her. She's basically a cam girl. So that makes me out of her league immediately. I don't drink. I smoke weed, but I am not. I wasn't in the position to buy her a drink, and she paid for her alcohol, and I felt bad not at least going Dutch on the bill because I don't drink booze, and I guess this was a week ago, so I'm not fun. I'm not interesting to her. I'm funny. I made her laugh a bunch of times. That's good. But I don't think I was fun. I don't think I was that engaging, because another problem I have is my gut. I didn't eat anything the whole day leading up to the show. I have gut problems, as most of you guys know already. I don't shit right. My stomach hurts all the time. And going out is generally a nightmare if I don't know where the bathroom is. And it's a problem. And it's severely redacted my ability to go out and have a good time. Even before COVID, I didn't want to go out because, my stomach would always hurt. My insides would. You're not supposed to hear digestion, and my stomach growls way too much because I am hungry, but I'm choosing not to eat because it hurts to digest food. It actually hurts. This ulcerative colitis thing, it's not fun. And y'all can tell, I'm skinny. I've lost muscle mass. I don't know how I've made it this far. And, not consuming alcohol has not made me die. I can't have fun the way I used to. When I was younger, I was vibrant. I wasn't so scared of the world around me. And everything in my social life is just pretty much falling apart. I want to engage people. I want to talk to people, but I don't do it because it's either, this is going to be a waste of time, or I'm going to spend too much time with them, and then I'm going to shit myself, and then that's embarrassing, and then I don't talk to the said person ever again, because that is such an embarrassing scenario that continuously plays in my head, and I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared of these types of situations, and it's made me coil back into a shell, and it's really not good for me. So then what? Now you have communication by social media, which is another nightmare. It's an election year. Everybody's talking about politics. Everyone's arguing and bitching and preaching to the choir. And then there's me, who makes jokes about both candidates, and then it's taken seriously. Like, I'm Donald Trump's sugar daddy. Donald Trump is my sugar daddy because he's giving me money so I don't die from COVID. And people were like, it's not his money, it's taxpayer money. I'm like, I don't think you understand the joke. And they're like, I don't think you take this seriously. Look at me. Do I look like I take anything seriously? Or if you're listening, pull up a picture of me. Look up my name, Jake Bassey, and look at my face. Do I look like I take anything seriously? I'm literally a guy that listens to heavy metal constantly to have some sense of stoic rage, kind of like apathetic incel, I'm mad at the world type of vibe, like I'm a total fucking loser. But, when it comes to actual shows, I'm just crossing my arms, standing in the corner. I'll go in the pit for a fucking minute, but then I'll stop, and then I'll just be scared of any basic human interaction at all. I'm so fucking nervous. And people, I think, notice that it's off-putting. Or I try to send someone a meme, or I send someone a video because I need basic serotonin levels to people for people to tell me that I'm funny and that I'm valid. That's an addiction that is happening. I don't know if anybody has watched The Social Dilemma on Netflix yet, but that documentary pretty much explains how we're completely consumed by the internet and social media. And I watched that documentary, and now I am having another crisis in which, what's the point of doing any of this? For what? Likes? for basic attention, and it's this endless loop of refreshing the notification key. I'm like, dreams are not going to be made from this. The fantasy that plays in my head is that someone's going to watch or listen to a podcast or watch a video that I made and go, hey, that guy should be on a TV show. Hey, that guy should have a talk show. Hey, let's pay this guy to do whatever he wants. And that runs in my head constantly, and it's not going to happen. It's a pipe dream. This whole thing, this whole grand scheme of things is a pipe dream. And I'm going to do this until I die. Joe Rogan, why did you tell me that I should start a podcast? Why did you tell the whole goddamn world that there's a podcast out there for everyone and everyone's making one? And it's a lot, man. It's a lot to take in, and I don't know what I'm doing with myself anymore. There's been a death in the family now. My cousin's mother-in-law has passed away, and I've spent the last couple days basically just being an extra hand on moving stuff, throwing things out, helping organize a garage sale, moving large pieces of furniture that are no longer required. There's an extra room in the house, in their house, and that's the saddest part when someone passes away, is that you have to then like kind of throw out and sell their shit, and you're constantly reminded of them, like the area in which they spent still like has their scent on it. They saged the place and smudged the place, because I was kind of joking, like, you just gave her unfinished business. This old lady was sewing a blanket and it didn't get done. So I'm like going, hey, you better finish this, otherwise you're going to have a ghost in your house that's going to be finishing scarves and shit, and that's going to be creepy. My cousin's youngest took her mattress, and I can't even start with that, because you're sleeping on a mattress that someone died on, and that's unsettling. I don't know how they cope with it, because I'm not so much on the emotional front, because I didn't know this person very well, but this was my cousin's family is grieving and they're sad, and so all I can do is be a shoulder and lend an ear. But I still like feel that, and you have to keep moving forward. And even though it feels like trudging, you have to keep moving forward. There are tactical things to think about now. We got to get rid of this. We got to get rid of that. We got to sell this. We got to arrange funerals. I don't even think that's going to happen, because of COVID and all that. There was sort of like not a housewarming, but a funeral without the eulogies and the dress ups. A bunch of family on the other side came over, and I met some people, and I was just kind of hanging out in the garage, smoking pot, eating food, because everybody else was stinking of BO and watching a college football game. Like, there's too much BO going on inside of this house. I can't be in this house. So I ended up hanging out with the ladies, talking smack, talking shit, and not really being involved in college football being played on the television and a bunch of angry guys screaming and yelling. I can't get along with that. And, everybody's here because someone died, and nobody's really bringing it up because it's kind of insensitive. There's DNA tests that were discussed, that there are parents that aren't the parents, and it's all... I'm not going to get too far into it because it's family drama. And, it's just... This is the kind of stuff that my mom avoided, because she was adopted out of her family when she was very young, and she was taken in by some other family, and she traveled the country, the road, being in a band, a musician and all that, and was just very estranged from her biological family because of those reasons. And drama's not fun. I'm a pacifist. I don't like drama. I like to lighten up the mood and keep things fun and keep things light. No fighting, no arguing. There are vast political and philosophical differences that we'll spit about, but it's not like an emotional issue. It's not. It ain't nothing but a thing. There's drama within my own immediate family that doesn't get addressed, and that's a problem. And I've become one of those people that just dissociates from all things. That I try to stay neutral as much as I can, and I know some secrets. I'm good at keeping secrets, and because I actually forget about them when they're told to me. But there's stuff that's hard and that's heavy, and I don't like it. And there's like this, pretend that we're okay kind of thing, and I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I don't know if there's a therapist out there that can help me alleviate these things. My therapy is this. This is how I deal with things. This is how I get around stuff. But back to the social dilemma, I've realized that I've become way too far invested into trying to get noticed. And it's fucked with my brain. And I realized that by spending time with family the other day. And, I was just moving stuff, just some hard labor, not really being near my phone, not really being near my devices, actually having a striking conversation with her children, and her and everybody else, and everything's, like kind of old school. I'm not on the internet or on the phone when I'm at my cousin's place because there's a dog there. There's good conversation and there's good company, and that's what we all strive for. We want to have good company, but I live alone, and I've spent way too many hours on my phone and on my computer just going down this infinite rabbit hole of YouTube and being the embodiment of the type of person that Jordan Peterson describes as a loser. And that's what I feel that I'm becoming because I went on a date with a girl that was way out of my league, and it didn't go very well. Probably never going to see that chick again. And it's just, why bother? Why keep trying? I am who I am, and whoever wants to be involved can be involved, but I'm done wasting my time with people in general, other than family, because I'm just gonna keep my head down and just keep going. And whoever notices me, because I'm done with the networking thing. There's like that vibe of desperate attention-seeking whores in LA that I've noticed, and that's and I've noticed that with myself, and it comes off. It's off, and it's just why are we doing stuff? And I want to network and be with like-minded people, but it's just so difficult for me personally to reach out. Or seek sponsorships or talk to people. I'm such a nervous fucking wreck all the time because I'm scared that I'm going to have to leave and go take a shit. That's my life. And I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy that I'm making money doing nothing. I'm not happy that I'm just obsessing over attention on social media, and it's not getting the results that I want. I need to be done with it. I have to occupy my time to just with something else. Because I still want to make the stuff. I still got to make the stuff because I have an agent, and I guess one reason to keep doing it is to show my agent that I am consistent and that I keep making stuff for the sake of making stuff. And I'm getting auditions. this lady has sent me out on more stuff in a week than my manager in LA had sent me out in a year. And it's like, damn, did I find a good one or what? And, maybe it's just my own echo chamber and my own bubble because I grew up in the entertainment capital in the world, and it's just so saturated with thousands of people auditioning for the same thing. And it's just not as big here. And, when we talked over Zoom, we both understand the language and all that. We both understand what we both want. She's sending my face out. We haven't quite landed anything yet, but one gig can help make things a little nicer. Maybe one day I'll have a nicer car that I can lease and not find some used piece of shit that's got almost 200,000 miles on it. It's fine. It works. It'll get me from point A to point B, but I don't quite trust it on these long road trips yet. It's just getting me from town to town because my other cousin just had a baby where life is now begun for another member of my family whilst another passes away. That's the circle of life, man. That's how things go. That's the way things have always been. And I want to go down there and see her, but she's all the way in Gallup, New Mexico, and that's a 9-hour drive from here. I don't think that car is going to make it. And also, 9 hours driving with my gut, I got to have plastic bags and wet wipes at the ready, dog. Like, this isn't good. This is, like, my situation with my insides has really compromised how I want to do things. The phrase "go with your gut" means something completely different to me. How many times would I have to pull over to the side of the road and shit in my car? How many times am I going to have to, let the Brown River run and just smell like a fucking barnyard freak? I just took a shower. I'm clean. I'm good. I'm okay. My breath is somewhat decent, even though I just ate some breakfast. I have to make this change for myself. And this problem that I have is there's no cure. And I try to do my best about it. These energy drinks don't help. These bitches are hard to quit. These bitches are really hard to quit. These fucking Monster energy drinks. I'm killing myself by drinking these fucking things. It's so bad. I mean, it could be worse. I could be smoking cigarettes. I could be drinking myself to death every night. But I gotta find another way. I have tea. And I'm just coming up with excuses now in my brain as I say them. I gotta stop. I gotta change my life, and I gotta delete this alternative control or lack thereof in my life, dude. And it's bad. I gotta not be on social media so much. I gotta not pay attention to the worries of the world, but at the same time, I need to for my own sanity because I also want to be informed. It's just this back and forth of what the fuck. And I don't know who else out there is going through the same thing, man. But I'm trying to find the balance, and I'm trying not to, get upset. But at least I'm not taking the long depression naps. I actually woke up at 9 o'clock today. I woke up at 9 a.m., and that was better than it was yesterday. And it's just one small improvement step at a time, and eventually I will get to be where I want. But right now, that ain't it. My bills are paid. I'm coasting. I'm covered. I'm not really struggling financially because I'm making that pandemic money. And I want to find a job and go back to work. I could. But then I would lose that benefit. And yeah, it's lazy, but I mean, this COVID thing fucked everybody up, and we're paying for it. We're paying for it. And I guess, I should spend money on something fun. I'm stockpiling in case society fucking collapses. But the point is to you make money, you buy stuff. That's the consumer society that we're subject to. And there's some birthdays coming up. The holidays are around the corner. And I should spend some of that money and, do some online shopping. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do some online shopping when this is over. I might buy a video game. I might buy something nice for my nieces. Because there's a birthday coming up, and my cousin's oldest, she's going to be 17, and that's the day before my birthday. We're going to do something fun. Then there's the holidays and all that stuff, and Halloween and all that. I want to spend some money and make memories and make other people happy, and most importantly, make myself happy, because that money's got to go back into the economy. Because if we keep stockpiling until the end of the world, all that money that I saved up probably gonna be useless, because everyone's going to be fighting at the Walmart over that big screen TV when Black Friday comes. I don't even think that'll happen to that same level, because every year, it's the day after Thanksgiving, the whole night before, you're grateful for what you have, and then the next day, we go rush a store and buy a bunch of shit we don't need. Is that even going to go down? Trick-or-treating's not going to go down. Travel has been limited. People have been scared to travel, and I want to go home for the holidays for a little bit and go see my mom and my dog and all that. I don't know if I should do that, because we don't know what's going to happen in the fall with flu season and this virus bullshit. I guess we'll find out. And, thanks for letting me rant for another half hour of your time. If this resonated with you at all, if you guys are having trouble with anything, if you guys are having existential dread, you can talk to me. We can talk to each other online. We can work this out. And maybe you can help me not overthink my social awkwardness. That would be great. Or, call a friend, give them a hug or something, or virtual hug or whatever, because we're scared to go outside and touch each other. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. I really appreciate your time. And you can always holler for $1 at patreon.com/jakingoffshow. The link is somewhere in the description of this episode, however you're viewing this on Spotify, Apple, Google, or YouTube, or wherever the hell you're finding this. I hope you found it well, and, stay safe. Wash your fucking hands. Next week, we'll move on to shapes and colors, okay? All right. Okay, thanks. Bye.